Hey, so you remember when I said I was actually gonna, post videos this year? Like the 12 that I made a goal for at the beginning of the year? Yeah, I'm doing one of those. So, hey there. Um, this is going to be a little bit different from the other two videos most of the time. Well, not most of the time. For the past two videos, I have tried to stay only on topic of the character itself, but this time I'm going to branch off a little bit and do one of those like art ramble things that I've seen around, because I actually really enjoy watching those, and I hope other people do too, because I find them so amusing. So I'm just going to briefly explain the character and like the picture itself, and then I'm going to head into one of those because they're cool. So up on screen I have my character Cassie, which stemmed from a D&D I did with a few of my friends. I don't really talk to them much anymore, but I do still really enjoy messing around with the characters that I made because they're my children now. They're my OCs. And I had made about 10 poses, I believe, when I was practicing anatomy. And I decided to turn those each into their own full body flat color because I have no self-control whatsoever. Plus, I thought it would be fun. And at the moment I currently only have 4 of them done, and it's been a month because work. Whoops. So I'm not going to go too into Cassie's backstory here because I do have a video explaining her and her sister's backstory in its own video. So I will leave the link to that in the description, or I will try and figure out the eye icon. I don't really know how it works, so I'll probably attempt. Also, if you hear meowing, it's because I have a cat and it's in the room with me, and it's being loud. So, just be warned. He's making cute noises. Logan. I have 3 cats in my room, correction. But anyway, so yeah, I'll leave the link to that somewhere. Just somewhere, yeah. Today's topic, however, is going to be how I beautifully fail at speaking. Constantly. Now, I have never actually been diagnosed with like a speech impediment, like stutter or anything along lisp. That's the word I was looking for. That happens commonly, though, when I forget the word that I was attempting to say. It's fun. There's also the times when I just get words backwards. So, like, I'll be trying to say something, and it doesn't sound right to me, and I'll like, stop in my sentence, and I'll go, Oh, that's what I said. Okay. No, no, that's not what I meant. And sometimes it's a really funny thing. Other times it's just like, what? What did you just say? And I'm like, I don't know. We're gonna try and figure out that meaning. Someone put it in an Urban Dictionary because it doesn't make any sense. So it's always fun when I go to work where I am a phone worker at the moment at a pizzeria, and I have to take phone calls and orders over the phone. And it's just, I'll try and say our little greeting thing because it's all planned out for us. It's like, oh, thank you for calling, blah, blah, blah. How can I help you? And I'm like, I stumbled on the name like 3 times there. Cool. Like, when I mess up, I'll physically stop, back up, keep going. Because at this point I've had this job for 2 years, and if I stopped every time I went blah, 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 we'd probably be there a lot longer than needed. So, it's always interesting. I don't really know why they hired me as a phone worker if I can't speak half the time, but it's fine. it might just be because I can handle the work, which, honestly, not that bad. As a phone worker, I'm also a cashier and I do some of the prep in the back. So, sometimes I don't have to communicate with anybody. I'm working in the back. Like when I open on the weekends, we don't get a whole lot of calls, maybe like 30 orders total. And some of those are online, so I don't really have to do anything other than make a list, get all the prep done, hope we're fine for the rest of the weekend because, oh boy. But when I do occasionally have to talk to people, I normally have to do it all over the phone or as a cashier, which means my interaction with them is pretty brief. They come in, say, yo, I got an order for pickup. I'll be like, alright, what's the name? You know. If I can't find it, I'll ask for a phone number, and if I still can't find it, I'll be like, alright, let's see what happened here. Half the time a manager will come over before I, be like, I don't have your order. Or, something along the lines of that. Also, I love when people are like, I ordered under the name of this, and I'm like, I don't have that. Could it be under a different name? And they're like, no, there's absolutely no way it could be under that. And then I ask, alright, what's the phone number? And then they give it to me, and it's under a different name, and I'm like, okay. Fantastic. So, most of the time, I don't have too much trouble when I'm working as a cashier. It's mainly just over the phone when things come out. Unless someone starts yelling at me, which is always my favorite thing. I'll be at work, and it'll all be going very nicely, and then I'll get a call, and it's just someone screaming at me. And I'm like, just having a good day. Alright, let's do this. I am under no circumstances good at dealing when people start yelling at me. It just, everything comes crashing down at once, and I just attempt to process what's happening. So if you call and you just start screaming at the phone worker, I don't care how bad of an experience you had, you're making someone's day horrible. Now, other people may be able to handle that. I am not one of those people. Most of the people in the phone worker area are not good at dealing with that. I had to help people learn how to cache last week, and they were like, I'm so bad at talking to other people, and I'm like, honey, so am I. We'll get through this together. Just talk about the heat. It's like 110 right now. Everybody can relate to that. Cars, they're just ovens. We could probably keep all the pizzas warm in our cars. Don't do that, though. So, it's just so much fun. And I'm sure every introvert out there has always had the wonderful school presentation where you have to get up and just speak in front of people you probably don't like for 10 minutes. Because that happened. Freshman year, I was in a double block class, so I had it for 2 periods, but it was 2 subjects as well. And at the end of the year, our English teacher gave us an assignment saying, okay, you have been building up to this all year. You've done your inquiry project. Now you have to give a 6 to 8 minute presentation on your topic. And I just look at him and I go, why? There's no reason for this. So, some people got up there, talked for about 2 minutes, sat back down. They didn't do too well. I know one person who went up there and they spoke for 12 minutes straight, and I'm like, dude, I'm so glad you're passionate, but why? Why would you do that to yourself? But hey, I liked his presentation. I just can't do that myself. And like the whole practicing over and over the word here when you have a substitute because the actual teacher doesn't know, because like the substitute doesn't know your name or anything, and it's like, why? And you get in, and it's like, yes, I survived. But that's all I got for this video. I could probably go on and on about me failing to speak. I'm surprised I didn't fail too horribly this time, actually. But that's it for now, because I have nothing left. So, thank you for watching. I hope it was entertaining in some parts. And hopefully I'll get the other yeah, oh god, 9 videos out? I think that's how you count. Anyway, bye-bye.